हेलो फ्रेंड्स, हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हो आप सभी लोग। मैं हूं प्रोफेसर नीलेश आनंदवाणी और आप सभी लोगों का मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल पे जिसका नाम है बायोलॉजी एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन विद नीलेश आनंदवाणी, इसमें हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है वो है रिवीजन अबाउट द कंप्लीट चैप्टर नंबर 14 रेस्पिरेशन इन प्लांट फ्रॉम 11th स्टैंडर्ड सीबीएसई। आज हम इस पूरे चैप्टर के ऊपर रिवीजन करने वाले हैं। तो आइए चलिए देखते हैं। हम ऑलमोस्ट इस चैप्टर में मैंने 10 छोटे छोटे वीडियोस डाले हुए थे और इन 10 वीडियोस के बारे में आज हम रिवीजन करने वाले हैं। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। वी स्टार्टेड द चैप्टर नंबर 14 रेस्पिरेशन इन प्लांट्स फ्रॉम 11th स्टैंडर्ड सीबीएसई with the first topic, that was introduction of the chapter. What is basically respiration? Respiration is of two category. One is kind of a breathing and second one is kind of a production of ATP molecule. Breathing is related to the human and animal respiration, in which we take oxygen inside and we release carbon dioxide outside. That is a different type of breathing. That's a different kind of respiration. But our respiration related to this chapter is production of ATP. So what is this respiration? Respiration is nothing but oxidation of complex organic substance and turn into the simple organic one, simple energy rich compound. That's called respiration. Like we eat this starch either by using of chapati, rice, wheat, whatever. We eat the starch. Starch is a polysaccharide material, and in presence of amylase enzyme it get converted into disaccharide material called maltose, and then maltose enter inside the stomach. Actually 30% starch get converted into maltose in the mouth by salivary amylase, and then remaining starch around 70% get converted into maltose in abdomen or in stomach by use of a pancreatic amylase. Yes, and finally we get disaccharide molecule called maltose, and this maltose turn into the glucose with the help of a maltase enzyme in the stomach. So ऐसे बेसिकली हम कॉम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूल का सिंपल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं। हम जो खाते हैं चपाती, फुल्का, राइस, हम जो भी कह लो उसे, तो उसमें गेहूं में ज़्यादातर स्टार्च होता है और स्टार्च पॉलीसेकेराइड है। तो जब हम स्टार्च खाना खाते हैं तो हमारे सलाइवरी ग्लैंड सलाइवरी में से अमाइलेस प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जिसे हम सलाइवरी अमाइलेस कहते हैं, जिसे टाइलिन भी कहते हैं, टाइलिन एंजाइम। ये 30% स्टार्च का माल्टोस में कन्वर्ट कर देती, लेकिन बाकी जो 70% स्टार्च है वो नीचे गले से नीचे उतर के स्टमक में जाता है और वो पेंक्रियाटिक अमाइलेस से बाइंड होके वो 70% भी कन्वर्ट हो जाता है। तो हमारे पास आता है अब माल्टोस 100%। उस माल्टोस से माल्टेज एंजाइम रिएक्शन होती है, फिर बनता है ग्लूकोज। अब ग्लूकोज से लेके एटीपी बनाने की जो प्रोसेस है उस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं रेस्पिरेशन। इस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं रेस्पिरेशन। अगर हम ये देखें कि पूरी की पूरी रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस क्या है, तो पूरी की पूरी रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस मैक्सिमम इसमें कैटाबोलिज्म है, क्योंकि हम ग्लूकोज को तोड़ के एटीपी बनाते हैं। लेकिन फोटोसिंथेसिस अगर आप देखो तो उसमें हम एनाबोलिज्म करते हैं, हम बेसिकली ग्लूकोज का फॉर्म करते हैं और उसके लिए वो एनाबोलिक प्रोसेस होती है। तो ये था हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट द चैप्टर। देन इन अ सेकंड टॉपिक वी डिस्कस do plant breathe? So it was very difficult to answer in a one single sentence, but we can answer in a one single word also, but we have to elaborate the answer. Yes, plant breathe, but the breathing mechanism in the plant is somewhat different as compared to the other. Like how we breathe, we take a atmospheric oxygen inside by the inhalation and we throw the carbon dioxide out as a exhalation. Plant do something different way. With the help of a stomata of a plant do the transpiration, and stomata, or you can say transpiration process, is very important for the plant to do photosynthesis also, because transpiration and photosynthesis are correlated to each other. How? I'll tell you. Generally oxygen we consume, we are getting it from atmosphere, and in atmosphere oxygen is coming from the plants, and that oxygen we are consuming and we are throwing carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is consumed by the plant. It's almost by the transpiration mechanism. Yes, it's almost by transpiration mechanism. Now I'll tell you basic. Plant have a stomata in the leaf, on the lower surface of leaf. Through the stomata they release oxygen out with the water as a vapor form molecule, and that oxygen we human being used to consume, and we throw carbon dioxide as our waste product, which becomes best product for the plant. Plant carry that carbon dioxide during closing of stomata, and that carbon dioxide useful for the plant as a raw material for photosynthesis, because photosynthesis is a biological process in which carbon dioxide and water act as a raw material. In presence of sunlight, they get converted into glucose C6H12O6 as a product, and 6 molecule of oxygen removed out as a byproduct. This is chemical reaction of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है, और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड अंदर कैसे आएगा? ट्रांसपायरेशन प्रोसेस से आएगा, और ट्रांसपायरेशन प्रोसेस क्या है? ये प्लांट की ब्रीदिंग रेस्पिरेशन है। ठीक है, तो ऐसे, तो इसका आंसर था यस, प्लांट डू ब्रीथ, प्लांट ब्रीदिंग करते हैं। उसके बाद हमने देखा साइट ऑफ एटीपी प्रोडक्शन मीन्स माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया। माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया इज जनरली membrane bounded organelle, absent in bacteria, absent in RBC and viruses, but present in all other eukaryotic organisms like a fungi, protista, be human being, animal and plants, etc. Mitochondria is a double membranous structure. Outer is rough and inner is smooth. Outer rough and inner smooth both have collectively near about same size, around 70 to 80 micrometer. And the space between two membranes of mitochondria is the inner membranous space, inner mitochondrial membranous space, and this space is very important for link reaction. जब हम ग्लूकोज में से पायरुवेट बनाते हैं ग्लाइकोलिसिस से, तो पायरुवेट डायरेक्टली क्रेब्स साइकिल में एंट्री नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि उसको कन्वर्ट होना है एसिटिल कोए में, और एसिटिल कोए में कन्वर्ट होने के लिए क्या बनाना पड़ेगा? कौन सी प्रोसेस में जाना पड़ेगा? लिंक रिएक्शन में। सो लिंक रिएक्शन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के दो मेम्ब्रेन के बीच में होती है। मैं आपको आगे पढ़ाऊंगा, मतलब मैंने वीडियो में तो बता ही दिया, अभी रिवीजन में भी बताऊंगा। उसके बाद इनर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया हैव अ ट्रांसपेरेंट जेली लाइक मटेरियल कॉल्ड माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स, एंड इनसाइड द माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स देयर इज अ फिंगर लाइक वेव लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स आर प्रेजेंट कॉल्ड क्रिस्टी, and cristae have so many small particle called F1 particle. F1 particles are also called stalk particle, elementary particle or oxysomes, and these are the site for production of ATP. Single F1 particle is divided into 3 parts like a stalk, then base, and then upper circular shape called head region. ATP formation takes place in head region. Generally, mitochondria is called powerhouse of cell just because not only it produces ATP, just because of 3 reasons. Mitochondria produce ATP, mitochondria store ATP, mitochondria transport ATP. That's why we called it as a powerhouse of cell. Mitochondria is also known as a semi-autonomous organelle. Why? Because mitochondria possess their personal DNA. That's called mitochondrial DNA. And just because of personal DNA, empty DNA stands for mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondria can double itself, so it is called semi-autonomous organelle. माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में खुद के राइबोसोम भी होते हैं, और उन राइबोसोम को हम कहते हैं 70s राइबोसोम, which is made by 50s large subunit and 30s small subunit. Then we started with aerobic respiration. Yes, glycolysis. What is glycolysis? Glycolysis is a biological process. Actually, aerobic respiration has a 3-step: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. Yes, and anaerobic respiration में क्या होता है? पहले होता है ग्लाइकोलिसिस, फिर होता है डिकार्बोक्सिलेशन, फिर रिडक्शन। तो ये 3 स्टेप होती है। मतलब फिर ग्लाइकोलिसिस क्या होता है? ग्लाइकोलिसिस ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज EMP पाथवे, बिकॉज ग्लाइकोलिसिस मीन्स ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ ग्लूकोज इनटू पायरुविक एसिड, एंड इट वाज स्टडीड बाय 3 साइंटिस्ट कॉल्ड एम्बेडन, मेयरऑफ एंड पर्नस। मैंने इनके फुल नेम भी बताए थे आपको लेक्चर में। सो ग्लाइकोलिसिस इन तीनों ने स्टडी किया था, इसके लिए हम इसे कहते हैं EMP पाथवे। ग्लाइकोलिसिस is a process in which 6 carbon containing glucose molecule get converted into 3 carbon containing 2 molecules of pyruvate or pyruvic acid by 10-step reaction, in which there are 2 main reaction. One is a preparatory phase, and second one is preparatory phase in which ATPs are consumed or used, and then payoff phase in which ATPs are synthesized. In glycolysis, we are generating 4 ATP, but out of them, 2 ATPs are consumed, so remaining finally 2 ATP. By the process of glycolysis, we got the product as a pyruvate. And pyruvate now has to enter into Krebs cycle. But pyruvate directly cannot enter into Krebs cycle because beginning of Krebs cycle always start with acetyl-CoA. So we have to convert pyruvate into acetyl-CoA. By which reaction? Acetylation. Because why we called acetylation? Just because it is the process in which we are forming acetyl-CoA group. That's why it is called acetylation. Why we call that process as a link reaction? Because it is linking glycolysis and Krebs cycle. This process is after glycolysis but before Krebs cycle. So it is in between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So we call link reaction. This process is also known as a gateway pathway because it is an entry from one gate glycolysis to the another gate Krebs cycle. That's a gateway pathway. It is also sometimes called oxidative decarboxylation. Now what happens in this pathway? In this pathway generally pyruvate get converted into acetyl-CoA and then acetyl-CoA finally enter into the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle, also known as the citric acid cycle, also known as the TCA cycle. Krebs cycle was discovered by Sir Hans Krebs, so called Krebs cycle. It is called citric acid cycle because first product of Krebs cycle is a citrate. And it is also called as a tricarboxylic acid cycle, TCA cycle, just because first product citrate is of 3 carbon. That's why it is called tricarboxylic acid cycle or citric acid cycle. Yes? In Krebs cycle, we are basically converting acetyl-CoA into oxaloacetate, a final product of Krebs cycle. And what happened after Krebs cycle? We get 2 ATP. So from glycolysis we obtain 2 ATP, and then from Krebs cycle we obtain 2 ATP. Then after Krebs cycle we enter into electron transport chain. What happened in electron transport chain? In electron transport chain, oxidation of coenzyme into their natural product happens very easily, and in electron transport chain all the ATP molecules stored in mitochondria are transported to all the cellular organelle where there is need of ATP molecule by the electron transport chain. It may be the cytochrome, maybe plastoquinine, maybe the plastocyanine, cytochrome ubiquinone, cytochrome B, cytochrome B6, etc. All these are electron carrier molecules. They help in carrying of electron from from mitochondria to the different cellular organelle. In case of biology, electrons will be considered as a ATP molecule. Then we discuss about amphibolic pathway. What happened in amphibolic pathway? Actually, what happened in the you can say anaerobic respiration? By glycolysis we obtain glucose into pyruvic acid, but now in anaerobic pathway we follow reduction and decarboxylation, and finally we got the product, anaerobic product, that is ethanol. Yes, ethyl alcohol, ethanol, etc. And then we follow amphibolic pathway. In amphibolic pathway, it is not compulsory that we are only following the carbohydrate as a respiratory substrate. If we follow carbohydrate as a respiratory substrate, then we start with a glycolysis because all the carbohydrate basically converted into glucose. So glucose break down by the glycolysis by 10-step reaction and turn into pyruvic acid. Protein bind with a protease enzyme and by proteolysis it get converted into amino acid, and finally amino acid turn into acetyl-CoA, it turn into pyruvate. If you break down lipid or fat by lipase enzyme, by lipolysis, it will also turn into pyruvic acid, and all pyruvic acid turn into the acetyl-CoA, then Krebs cycle electron transport chain. So finally either you use either you use protein, either you use carbohydrate, or either you use lipid. आप प्रोटीन खाओ, कार्बोहाइड्रेट खाओ, लिपिड खाओ, फाइनली उसमें से एटीपी बनना है. ठीक है, तो ये था. उसके बाद हमने फर्मेंटेशन देखा था. दैट फर्मेंटेशन इज अ बायोकेमिकल प्रोसेस इन विच सबस्ट्रेट गेट कन्वर्ट इनटू प्रोडक्ट like alcoholic product, all alcoholic product, medicine product, organic acid product, enzymes, hormones are nowadays produced by fermentation. Study of fermentation is called zymology because first fermentation product was a wine, a type of alcohol which was produced by yeast, and the enzyme present in yeast is zymase. That's why the name is given to that study is called zymology. After this, then this is what about revision of our chapter. So thank you so much for watching this video. अब इसके बाद हमारा जो टॉपिक आएगा वो होगा MCQ प्रैक्टिस. Have a good day.